Litchfield. I'm an old bankruptcy lawyer, and I hope you'll give me a chance to let me talk to you for a minute about the effect of financial crisis on your marriage. Now, some of you don't need me to tell you, you've already been going through a terrible time, but the simple fact of the matter is that a financial crisis is one of the top two reasons that married couples fight and can actually tear their marriage apart. I hope you don't let that happen to you. I've been practicing law, bankruptcy law, on and off for about 29 years, and during that period of time I have seen certain patterns of behavior emerge with regard to married couples. The thing is that when the debt collectors are calling and you're laying awake at night worrying about how you can pay the bills, there's a tremendous amount of fear and shame involved. And fear has a tendency to express itself when possible, to vent out in the form of anger. That's just what happens sometimes when we're really afraid. And let's face it, when you're looking for someone to vent your fear and your anger on, the person who's most immediately available most of the time is your spouse. So what happens in a financial crisis is there is often an overpowering or overwhelming temptation to look at your spouse and go, well, if only you hadn't borrowed that money or bought that expensive thing, or if only you'd kept the good job you had instead of taking risk and going out on your own, or if only you'd done this, or if only you'd done that, and all of a sudden you're trying to place the blame for something that very often is completely beyond our control, like a financial, an economic downturn in the whole world, trying to place the blame for what's gone unhappy in your life on your spouse. And I just want to tell you, please don't do that. There are no rewards down that tunnel. There's no cheese down that tunnel. Don't try to blame, just don't play the blame game about placing blame. If anything, this is the time for you to be extra gentle, extra forgiving, and extra caring and loving with your spouse. Let's face it, when the chips are down, that's the true test of a marriage. When your spouse needs you the most, are you going to be giving the most, or are you going to be fighting over whose fault it is and who should be blamed? There's another reason, though, why I'm asking you to be extra gentle, loving, and caring with your spouse as you go through a financial crisis. And it's based on a pattern that I have seen emerge after watching 29 years of married couples go through financial crisis. Here's what I've seen. Couples who allow the financial crisis or the bankruptcy to tear apart their marriage and who divorce at the same time as they go through the bankruptcy very seldom recover, and if they do recover financially, it may be 7 or 8 years or longer before they finally get back on their feet. Many of them never get back on their feet financially ever. On the other hand, however, married couples who somehow manage to keep their marriage together as they go through the bankruptcy or the other business failure or other form of financial crisis, they are usually back in my office within 1 or 2 years after the bankruptcy filing or the financial problem. They're back in my office within a year or two, back on their feet with a new house, new cars, new business venture or new jobs, doing great, looking back on it, and even sometimes even laughing about it. Saving your marriage is it's not just the right thing to do morally, but it is an excellent financial survival strategy. So here I am as an old bankruptcy lawyer begging you to do the very best that you can to be extra gentle, loving, caring, and forgiving of your spouse as you go through a financial crisis. You know, even if you lose everything that you own, your house, your job, your car, your retirement, your investments, if you lose all of that, but you manage to hold on to the people that you love, you're still one of the most richest people on the planet. God bless you. Please take care of your spouse.